most people don't know much about her. And it is very true she is new on the national scene, about 6 days old to all of us. But our next guest has a pretty good idea of who Sarah Palin is. Robert Dillon, Washington correspondent for the Fairbanks Daily News Miner, my guest now. How are you, Robert, from Washington, D.C.? You say her opponents describe her as fire and ice. How so?
That was, good morning, that was a comment made by her back in the 80s when she was Miss Wasilla, when she was named Miss Congeniality. One of her co-contestants said, here comes Miss Fire and Ice, Fire and Nice, excuse me. And that pretty much wraps up Sarah Palin. She's got a great personality. She's very warm. She's a great campaigner and a big smile. But behind that is a very competitive nature and a very strong competitive nature that doesn't back down easily and is more than willing to fight for what she thinks is right. And
Robert,
herself.
You told our producers that she must have a direct line to God. Why would you say something like that?
That is a joke that I have talked with my fellow reporters and politicos about in the past, just because every time Sarah Palin has had the luck of the Irish, every time some big initiative she's pushing, the oil tax, GIA, the gas pipeline, or some kind of a big thing she wants to get through the legislature or get lawmakers to do, she has had the luck that an FBI scandal has broke. Another lawmaker, a Republican lawmaker in Alaska, has been arrested or indicted. There's just the luck always seems to break her way. She has had phenomenal luck and good timing.
How would she, Robert? We've talked a lot about the media obsession with her over the past few days. How do you think she would react personally to the headlines exposing her family?
I think that if we were back in the state, she would take them head on. She would come out swinging and embrace them head on. That's just the way Palin is. I think that the McCain people are having to sit on her, and this is a totally different stage, a much bigger game than Palin is used to. I think all of us are used to. I mean, this kind of scrutiny, you have to ask if she was prepared for this and if she expected this kind of scrutiny. I think she
We're
invited.
All about to find that out. Robert, quickly in the time I have left here, you say she has changed with the times, and you also say that she has governed from the center. That's your observation in Anchorage?
Well, she is a fiscal and social conservative, but when she got into office through great grassroots support, wide public support, she's governed through the center. She's reached out to Democrats to try to get her initiatives passed, but she hasn't always made friends with the Republican Party, and she's upset a lot of her Republican colleagues in the state, and she's had to turn to Democrats to get some of her initiatives passed.
We may hear a lot more about that later tonight. Robert Dillon, thank you. First-hand information out of Fairbanks, Alaska, by way of Washington, D.C. Thank you, Robert. Talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Meg.
Well, and speaking of Alaska, Sarah Palin's hometown of Wasilla, Alaska, has also been thrust into the national spotlight. The fact that Palin once served as the town's mayor has heightened the media frenzy there, and now Wasilla's current mayor is saying enough. Diane Keller's set ground rules for interviews and information.